Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Gutsy Living interview. And today I am changing my focus a little bit. I'm going towards travel and adventure. As you know, I've been focusing a lot on writing and memoir writing. And today I would love for all of you to meet a wonderful lady from Australia, Mandy Rowe, who is the founder of the travel network Broads Abroad. And let me tell you a little bit about Mandy. But first of all, let's just say hello to Mandy from Australia. How are you, Mandy?
Great. Hello, Sonia.
I love your colors.
I know. I love colours. So
Good, good. So let me just let everybody know who you are and what you've started. Mandy Rowe is an Australian artist, psychologist, and food writer. While living in England and Saudi Arabia in the 1990s, she discovered a sisterhood of expat wives that strongly influenced her future ideas about both girl power and travel. My kind of lady. Anyway, Mandy founded Broads Abroad Travel Network. The network is a female-only online hospitality exchange website and has members from around the globe. Mandy lives with her pilot husband, Shane, in rural southern Australia. Actually, that's a place I really need to go to, is Australia, but we'll talk about that later. She is about to publish her memoir called A Broad Abroad, One Woman's Journey, and is working on the first global Broads Abroad book. She has just been asked to write a chapter in an academic book called Women and Travel. So you are the travel expert for women. So welcome again, Mandy. So good to see you today.
yeah, you too, Sonia. Thank you.
Good. So I can tell that your color is orange and my color is turquoise. And yes. So
Yeah.
why don't you tell us a little bit about what is Broads Abroad, the travel network, for those who haven't heard of it?
Thank you. Look, it sounds like a huge wordful when you sort of say it's a hospitality exchange network for women. But essentially what it is it's women opening their doors to other women around the world. And the premise is trying to offer 2 or 3 nights free accommodation. So women just exchanging free accommodation. Now, some women can't, they might not have a second bedroom or it may not suit them. So other women are choosing to show someone around their city. For example, there's a wonderful lady in Vancouver called Anne, and whenever a broad turns up in Vancouver and contacts her, they have the day with Anne, and she just loves Vancouver, so I can't wait to get there in May. I think May, June I'm going. And she just adores showing women around her city. She's very passionate about that. So I think that the basic premises is it's sharing ideas, women connecting, be it over a cup of coffee, or some women just elect to go and pick up someone from the airport and drop them off at their hotel. Other women are opening their doors and allowing women to stay for up to 3 days.
Are most of these women single women, or are there married women as well who do this? I'm just curious.
That's a good question. I'm as the website's building in numbers, I'm guessing the majority of them are single women of interest. Most of them are 50 plus, 60s, right, in their 70s. So it's women, I guess, who the kids have left home or their circumstances have changed. And now they've got the opportunity to do that. But then within saying that, there are some women, like in my situation, where I am married, but my husband would rather take the boat up to the mountains and go fishing than go to New York and look at an art gallery. So there are other women that just go, look, okay, the kids have left home, I've got a little bit of free time, so I've always wanted to go and look at those galleries in New York, so I'm going. So I guess at the end of the day, what's the common thread with all the women, I believe, is that they're fairly independent
right,
people wanting to explore the world. And I guess, too, it's interesting, that 50-plus thing. I think people have been having little wish lists for years and years and years and years, and now that opportunity is coming about. So it's attracting a beautiful amount of very independent, lovely, caring women. It's just thrilling to watch it grow.
And I have looked at your website and I'll share it as well. But what I like about it is the fact that that it does connect sort of like-minded
Yeah.
people around the world. It's wonderful how we can connect today online. And I'm just curious how you got the idea to start this group, and is it free, or and tell us a little bit about how you go through and decide if this person is suitable, and all that kind of stuff while I share your website, if you
Right.
don't
Okay.
mind.
Well, first of all, yes, it's free. There are
Mm-hmm.
no membership fees at all, and so women go to the website that you'll be showing in a minute, and it's very easy. They join, and before the website was launched, we canvassed a lot of opinions about security, because we sensed it was going to be appealing to the 50-plus market. So a lot of those women were saying they wanted some sort of verification, some sort of little security check. So the second step in joining is that we ask women to email myself some sort of ID with the address of where they live on that. So and once I get that, I put that in the system and I verify them. So it's just a very simple check, and I think it's telling the other women who have already joined that there's that safety and security has been ticked off. So it seemed to mean a lot to the women in the 50-plus category that there was that tiny bit of a security check. And just for the women's reference, then we don't keep any of that on record. The minute I've got that address, that email is deleted. We don't keep any of that on record. And then if a woman's wanting to say, for example, there was a lady that wanted to go to Barcelona, so she went on the website and found a woman who lives about an hour north of Barcelona in a little stone cottage by the ocean, and so she contacts her through the website. Everything is done through the website because of security reasons.
And they can email one. They can email one another directly, or
good question. Not initially. Everything is done through the website. So they will contact the woman in Barcelona and say, "Hi, look, my name's Claire from Sydney. I'm coming to Barcelona for a few days. These are my dates. Would you mind putting me up for 2 or 3 nights?" And then through the website, the lady will write back and say, look, sorry, I'm away, or perfect, I'm around, and here's the key, it's underneath the mat, and what have you. And they have a bit of a dialogue, and then at that point, the minute she says it's okay, well then they are free then to exchange, an email address if they want to, and what have you. And also at that point, once she says yes, then a Google map will go up on to the person that's wanting to go there with the address and a map of the house. But until that woman in Barcelona gives permission, nothing is given out address-wise or phone number-wise. And then I guess they're on their own. Once they exchange an email address, well then I've got no control over it anymore. It's between them working out what suits them and where they'll meet and what have you.
Of course. Now, I'm just checking. You can see what I'm showing right now. I just want to double check your website. Okay. Yeah. I think that sounds like such a wonderful way to connect. How long have you been doing this, and how many members do you have, and how many countries do you?
Gosh, it's been going for about 1.5 years now. We've got over 200 members, and we've got women in Portugal, Spain, Italy, the United Kingdom, a lot in America, a lot in Australia, of course, Brunei, New Zealand, and what have you. So, look, I guess I'm not doing an awful lot in terms of sort of trying to push it, because I have a very busy other life, writing the books and the travel books that I'm enjoying doing as well. And I've got a great Facebook page with about 7,000 people that follow my little trips and things like that. So I guess it's word of mouth, and I think that's a nice way of doing it. And it doesn't have to be big tomorrow. It can, look, within the next 12 months or 2 years, I think it's attracting really genuine, good people by just word of mouth. And I think that's the best sort of marketing, Sonia.
I think you're very right. That's the best way. Not pushing it and just making sure that friendships and connections, true connections, are really made.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I still don't know how you got the idea.
Oh, okay, good question. Yes, I'm a restaurant judge. In my one of my other hats is I've been a restaurant judge for 5 years now in Australia, and I'm also a member of the International Food, Wine and Travel Writers Association, which is called
Oh,
ITWA. And
yeah.
that's an American base. That's an American. You may have heard of it. Have you heard of the International Food, Wine and Travel Writers Association? It's based in America, and a few years ago I went to a conference on a cruise ship going from Seattle to Alaska, and met all these wonderful delegates at the conference that are American. And one of the ladies that I met is a food or restaurant judge in and around New York. So she emailed me a few months after I met her on the cruise ship and said, when are you coming to New York? Come and do some, reviewing with me. Love to have you come and taste some food from over here. And I was just so tempted, I sort of went, oh, I'd love that. So when my husband got home that night, I said, oh, Gail said wants me to come to New York and do some restaurant judging. And we have, at that point, 2 children in school and all that sort of stuff. And I just sort of thought, oh, look, it all sounds so wonderful, but, I've got other commitments, financially with kids and things like that. So, and then I just said to him as a joke, if I can surely there's a website out there for women exchanging accommodation with each other, because I think that's the biggest thing about New York. It's quite expensive to stay there. So I sat down that night and started to Google women exchanging accommodation, and there was nothing available. So it sort of went from there. Have we lost the link? I'm not sure if you can hear me, Sonia, but I can't see you, and I can't hear you. It's just I've got something on my screen that says waiting for people to join this video call. But I guess I'll just wait. I might do my email and just see what you've got to say.